over 30 years, Lucas Oil has provided the very best products for the land and sea. From this success stems another amazing product from the Lucas Marine lineup, Lucas Slick Mist Marine Speed Wax. Just spray it on and wipe it off. Lucas Marine Speed Wax will make your boat look brand new and provide great UV protection. Apply Lucas Marine Slick Mist to wet and dry surfaces in sunlight or shade. It's ideal in both fresh and saltwater application and prevents hard water deposits. Protect your investment with Lucas Marine products.
Lucas Oil, it works.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen out there on Facebook Live, everybody here watching today. Welcome to the 2018 Wild West Bass Trail on beautiful Lake Havasu, presented by Lowrance Electronics. I'd really like to thank our sponsor out here right now, our hosting sponsor, which is the Lake Havasu City Convention and Visitors Bureau. They've been great to us here this week and all of our fishermen. We have a lot of local sponsors out here as well. Lake Havasu City Marina. Sue has been amazing to all of us out here, and so they've got a great venue here for us and going out of the Lake Havasu City Marina. Anderson Toyota, local right here, really supports all the outdoor activities that are going on, the motorcycle races right out behind us here, as well as Wild West Bass Trail. They sponsored us with a beautiful dinner the other night and a place for our registration meeting. Thank you, Anderson Toyota. They brought out a couple of trucks for people to look at as well, so I really want to thank them. This weekend, we're going to pay out over $75,000. Today is going to be our final cut for our top 10 anglers, and I'll go over the weights and everything real quick here in just a second. I do want to thank all of our main sponsors that have been with Wild West Bass Trail for a very long time. One of them being Lucas Oil, one of our title sponsors, and you'll see we have banners up and we've got their blow-ups. Unfortunately, today it's a little too windy to have it up, but you know what? They've been a great sponsor for us. We really want to thank Lucas Oil. Protect the Harvest, General Tire, Ranger Boats, Evinrude Outboards. Evinrude Outboards is going to pay back an additional $10,000 to the winning professional angler if he's running an Evinrude qualified motor at this event. So thank you very much, Evinrude, for all your support. We got Lowrance Electronics as our title sponsor for this event. They've been with us since we started. Super Clean, Dobbins Rods, Power Pole, Keyline, Trapper Tackle, Gary Yamamoto Custom Baits, Genesis Wraps, Ben Green Insurance, and Vets for Hunting and Fishing. They have a couple of anglers in our event as well, and they've been supporting us this whole season, and we really want to thank them for coming out. So with that, we're going to get started here. Right now, our leader is Mr. Sonny Hawk. He has 25.09 from yesterday, and Mr. Mike Caruso's in second place with 22.97, and in third place is Justin Kerr with 22.42. So first boater coming up, the professional angler, Mr. Colby Pearson. How you doing, Colby? Good. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you, too. Good. Go ahead and throw your fish right up inside of there. Well, how was your day today?
Super rough day. My pro experience on this lake consists of 2 days of pre-fish and then yesterday and today. So I'm thankful to have what I have. I just don't know where they go when they get fickle, you know. So did what we could. Want to say hi to everybody watching on Facebook. Thanks for all the support and good texts. It was cool to run alongside some of these great anglers I grew up watching yesterday. So
right on, buddy. Well, Colby, you're going to have 12:44 to get you going for the rest of this weekend. That gives you a total. Well, it's already gone, so I am not sure what your total is, young man. Sorry about that. All right, buddy. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Next up, amateur angler Mr. Ron Ratliff, local here from Lake Havasu, but he travels all over with Wild West. Come on and set it right inside the basket, sir. Ron, what you had yesterday, you had, where is that? You didn't have anything yesterday.
No.
I didn't see that, so that was why you were behind the leader on that. Well, today you're going to have 794. How about your weekend, though?
Awesome. Hey, you know what? It was great. I love fishing my home lake here. Just want to thank God. Want to thank my beautiful wife and both pros, Kobe and Corey, just for a great weekend.
Thank you very much, Ron. I appreciate you coming out and fishing with us with Wild West, and I know I'll probably see you at the next one up there at the Delta. All right, buddy. Thank you. How's it going, bud? All right, Mr. Dave Phillips. How you doing today, Dave? Unfortunately, not a great day, it looks like. You had a tough one.
I had a tough pre-fish, tough tournament, but still wouldn't trade it to be here. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. I'd like to thank my wife for putting up with me for the last 30 years of tournament fishing, and Canyon Marine back home in Napa, Idaho.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for making the trip down here, David. I appreciate it. 279 for today. Have a great day and a safe trip home, sir. Next up, we have amateur Mr. Brad Ingram. Had 368 yesterday. You going to do any better today?
No, not much better today.
Not much better today. No, you got a 183 going into today. So for a 2-day total, it looks like you're going to have 551. A rough weekend. Anybody want to say hi to real quick?
Just family and friends back home, back in Mesa, and actually back in Kentucky.
Right on, bud. Well, thank you for coming out and fishing with Wild West, sir. Next up, Mr. Carlos Garcia had 1345 yesterday. How you doing, Mr. Garcia? Go ahead, set it right inside of there, sir. Anybody you want to say hi to?
Nah, not today.
Not today? You don't want to say hello today? Well, today you're going to have 1084 added to that. So you had a great time this weekend, all right, even though you didn't get a bunch of the big ones?
No big ones, but we had a great time.
Right on. Well, thank you for coming out and fishing with Wild West, sir. You take your fish right down there, and they'll get you taken care of back there. Woo, man.
Go ahead, take a drink, buddy.
It is warm out there. Amateur angler Mr. Dan Cranston had 243 yesterday. He got better than that today. He had 748 today.
Yeah, had a great day. Great partner. Want to say hi to my wife and kids. Tell them I love them. I'm coming home tonight.
All right, Dan. Thank you for coming out and fishing with Wild West, sir. It's always a pleasure to see you. All right, bud. Yes, I will. California Delta is our next stop, and a lot of these guys are looking forward to going there. It's going to be just like it was yesterday with some pretty big weights, but they'll probably do that multiple days there on the California Delta because there's so much water for them to be able to go fish. Come on up, bud. Pro angler Mr. Corey Schleiden. How you doing, Corey? You had 1906 yesterday. How about today?
A little bit tougher. Had a couple. I foul hooked one good one today, so it's tough dumping a 4.5 pounder back in the water, but it's the name of the game.
So a lot of people don't understand. You got 1422 to add to yesterday's total. When they foul hook one of these fish, when they're sight fishing them, if it's hooked anywhere outside of the mouth and they are watching it while they're trying to catch it, they have to release that fish back in the water. They cannot keep it. So that's pretty awesome that you guys do that.
Yeah, it is. It brings honesty to the whole sport. You know, I mean, if they're going to eat it, they're going to eat it. So.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for coming out and fishing with Wild West, sir. Have a great day. Thanks, sir. Next up, amateur angler Mr. Kenny Carlotta had 1442 yesterday. We're going to weigh a big fish for Kenny. Go ahead and throw it inside there, sir. Nice fish, bud.
Thank you.
364 is going to be your big fish. I'm going to throw that back in your bag there. Not quite what you had yesterday, but you know what? That's going to get you up there.
Yeah, I caught one rat that was under a pound. If I would have upgraded that, I probably would have had a little more than a day. But it was fun.
Well, we're going to add 1182 to your total. It's going to be 2624. Definitely currently in the lead on the amateur side.
Yeah, that's good. Hopefully it'll keep me in the top 10. I think it'll be enough, and we'll see what tomorrow brings.
All right, buddy. Well, good luck to you. Thank you for coming fishing with Wild West.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, professional angler Mr. Guy Savadan. How you doing, Guy? You had 1213 yesterday.
Yeah, I had a tougher day today. Like, they had bites, and I had them right next to the boat, and they come off. Just had one of them days.
I absolutely understand. We're going to add 665 to that, give you 1878 for the weekend. Thank you very much for coming out and fishing with Wild West, sir.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next up, amateur angler Mr. Sean Mock. He was in third place yesterday with 1495, and looks like you were in third place. Oh, you know what? Because Kenny came up, you were in second. I apologize. I didn't see that because it actually moves it during while we're looking. Well, yesterday you had 1495. We're going to add 1119 to that to give you 2614 right now, just behind the current leader.
Okay, sounds good. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, bud. Thank you very much. Here you go, Sean. Yep, got to take those with you.
Thank you.
Next up, pro angler, Mr. Carl Limbrick. He had 1589 yesterday. We're going to weigh a big fish for Carl. It's going to weigh 424. There you go, sir. Put that back in there. Set those inside of there, sir. How you doing today, Carl?
Doing good, man. Had a great time. Fishing has been great here. Me and my son just really enjoying it.
Looks like we're going to add 1734. You had 1589 yesterday. That's a pretty good total. 3323. It's going to put you in second place right now.
All right. I won't stay there, but
you're not going to stay there, but that's all right. Thank you for coming fishing with us, Carl. Appreciate it, sir. It's good to see you.
Thank you, buddy.
Next up, pro angler Mr. Delaney Dwyer. How you doing, Delaney? A little tougher day today. Yesterday you had 1914, so that's a little bit tougher today.
You know, the wind blew, kind of messed up my game plan. I had a couple good opportunities. One of my first stop, the camera boat was right there. I was working on about a 5-pounder, and just as I was about to catch it, the park ranger comes up. and he said he needed to work on the beach that I was fishing at. He literally, I think he had the waypoint on his boat to where this fish was, because he parked up exactly on top of this bed. And it was
Sometimes that is definitely what happens. 706 is what we're going to add to that, Delaney. We're going to get those fish back in the water. Thank you very much, sir, for coming and fishing with Wild West. Next up, amateur angler, Mr. Ken Pantoja. I can't roll my tongue like that, but I can say Ken.
I'd like to say hi to my wife back at home in Casa Grande and the guys at the fire department, Miracle Fire Medical. See you guys. Be back tomorrow.
Ken, you're going to add 296 to yesterday. Probably not going to make it happen for you, but you know what? Thank you for coming fishing with Wild West. It was great seeing you out here. Hopefully we get to see you next year, and if not, in the team events, come on out and fish with us. Thank you, sir. Next up, pro angler, Mr. Anthony Tejada. Got to get it inside of that thing and get it to lock in. There we go. Don't want to push her down on there.
Good. How are you doing? Hi.
Hi. Anthony's done 11.97 for Anthony. He had 9.18 yesterday, so 21.15 for the weekend. Thank you for coming and fishing with Wild West, sir. Next up is Miss Clara Rickaball, and Clara had the 5th big fish yesterday. Hopefully that thing right there beats it right now. Right now, the big fish is a 297 from yesterday is what you had. So what is this one going to go? It's definitely better than that. 374 for your big fish today. How many you got in there today? You were hoping to catch 3 fish yesterday, and you got 3. Today you got 4. If you keep going, you got one more day, you're going to catch 5 fish.
That'd be nice. I'm looking forward to the Delta. That's my home turf. Yep.
Ready to start fishing there. We're going to add 940 to your total. That's going to give you about 15.5 pounds. So thank you very much, Clara, for coming and fishing with us. Thank you, ma'am. Hopefully that stays in there for some big fish money. Right now you're in 5th place. We are going to weigh another big fish for pro angler Cody Spetz. How you doing, Cody? That fish is going to go 479, 479. Put that back inside of that bag there. Yesterday, Cody had 1262. That's a much better bag today. 2076 for a total of 3338 right now. That's going to put you in 1st place.
Right on. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Wild West, for coming out here. I'd like to say hi to my folks at home watching. Dobbins Rods, Johnny Rat, Taylor Performance Marine.
Right on, buddy. Thank you so much for coming out and fishing with us, and good luck getting it in tomorrow, sir. Next up, we have amateur angler Mr. Christopher Smith. He's one of the hunting and fishing vets right here. Well, Chris, what was your weekend like this weekend? Tell us a little bit about it.
It was fun. I had a blast. I didn't catch too many fish, but you know what? I'd rather be here than working. So.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? Thank you for coming out and fishing with us, sir, and really thank you very much for your service. 360 we're going to add to yesterday's. Thank you very much for fishing with Wild West, sir. All right, buddy. Good to see you. Next up, we have pro angler Mr. Alex Klein. How you doing, Alex?
Pretty good. Shooting for 20 pounds today, but I think I came up a little short.
A little bit short?
Yeah, it was a great day on the water. This place is awesome, and the amount of fish that come out of here is amazing. But had a great time.
Well, you know what? You had 16-16 yesterday and 17-31 today. Is going to give you 33-47 for the weekend.
There you go. We'll take it. Had a great time today. This lake's beautiful. You guys keep it maintained, and it's only going to get better. Say hi to my family back home, and you guys check out Super Clean Trapper Tackle.
Right on, buddy. Thank you. It's always good to see you, Alex. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Come on up, bud. Mr. Zeth Kenneth fished with, I believe, who'd you fish with today? Did you fish with Alex? Right on. It didn't show me on the thing. I wasn't sure which one you fished with. Yesterday you had 355. Today you had 142, it looks like.
Yeah, it was interesting day. Good opportunity just to be able to fish behind Alex and see everything that he's doing and learn a lot from him. But it was pretty hard to clean up behind him. So
I understand completely. Well, sir, thank you very much for fishing with Wild West. And have a great afternoon, sir. Thank you. Next up, pro angler Bryant Smith. I believe he fished by himself today, didn't you, Bryant? No, you had somebody today? All right. Yesterday you had 20.45. A little bit shy of that today. 17.49 is going to give you 37.94 right now. Think that'll make it to tomorrow?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a real good judge of fish on this lake, considering I usually never catch many. So, you know, I'm excited to have what I had. I got to catch them a really fun way. You know, I got to sight fish for them a lot and flipped some. Can't complain.
I know you had the camera boat with you a lot today as well. So, you know, does that put any more pressure on you when you're doing that?
Oh no, it's fun. It's exciting to be on camera and catch some fish. It just adds a whole nother element to it.
Absolutely. Well, Brian, thank you very much, sir. Good luck making it in tomorrow. It's always a pleasure to see you, sir. Thank you. Next up, amateur angler Mr. David Borofka had 529 yesterday. Doesn't look like you get it again today, huh, Dave?
It was another tough day, but the first time out in Havasu, and it's cool, learning from these guys. And Bryant had, he killed it today, so it was a good time.
I'm sure he's tough to fish behind. Thank you for coming out and fishing with us. You're going to have $2.99 to add to that. Have a great rest of your weekend, sir. Thank you. Next up, pro angler Mr. George Galletti. Hurry up. No, you know what? We got to have breakfast with your wife this morning. She came and joined us, so that was awesome. Candy, are you kidding me? She said it was your card, so how was your weekend altogether, though?
It's fun. We had a good time. I've been up here for about 20 days.
Really? Right on. Off of the water, of course, during that off-limits period, but you were here hanging out. So, George, thank you very much for coming and fishing. 807 to add for your weekend. Thank you, sir. Have a good rest of your weekend. Come on up, Mr. Flores. Amateur angler, Mr. Ramiro Flores. He had 1266 yesterday. Doesn't look like you have 1266 today.
No, it was great fishing with George. So it didn't go as well as I wanted to, but I don't know. We'll see what happens.
All right, bud. We're going to add 663 to that. It's going to give you 1929 for the weekend. Probably not going to make that cut, but you know what? All you can do is hope and pray.
Hey, it was fun, and I'd like to give a shout out to the two places in Tucson that keep me in shape. Amigos Burgers and Beer, the original Hideout Bar and Grill. They help sponsor me, and also, always Pacifico. Thank you.
All right, bud. Thank you very much, Ramiro. Take this with you, sir. We are going to weigh a big fish for the next angler, professional angler, Mr. Jimmy Savoini. Yes, I'm going to get it right eventually, I promise. Here you go. Go ahead and throw it right inside there, sir. Beautiful fish. Right now on the pro side, it's going to take a 581 to get big fish. 534 is not going to get you big fish money, but it's going to get you a good bag of fish. That's going to help. You left the other one in the lake? Yep, currently right now it's going to take a 5.5, almost 6 pounder to get into the 5th place in the big fish money. Go ahead, Jimmy, just set her down right there. We are going to add 1465 to your weight of 1266 yesterday.
Well, and I'll tell you what, I've been having a cold or the flu come on since Friday, so I don't want to get too close to this, but, I left him out there. Poor execution. Tournament fishing at this level, you are not allowed to make too many mistakes. I broke a couple fish off yesterday and lost 5, and today I broke one off and lost 2. So, you just can't have that happen against these guys and expect where you want to be. So
absolutely, I totally understand. So thank you very much, sir. You know what? I understand it is tough, but it is part of it. So thank you very much, sir, for the weekend. Always a pleasure to see you, Jimmy. Thanks, man. All right, next up, Mr. Amateur Angler, Mr. Daniel Hunt. Go ahead, Daniel. Set it right inside of there. Yesterday you had 954. How about today?
It was decent. I mean, gotta represent Oregon out here, and great time fishing with Jimmy. He's a real ambassador of the sport. So.
Good deal. We're going to add 946 to your weight. That's going to give you 19 pounds even for the weekend. Thank you very much, young man. Have a good day. We're going to find you here in just a second, Mr. Eckhart. I know that it's in there. Great. Professional angler, Mr. Daniel Eckhart. We're going to put that in the scale for him real quick. We're going to add, they're just going to jump around. Oh, you know what? Let's pull those out of there. Let's re-zero this thing. Let's get this right here. Come on. Stop jumping. It is going to sit here and bounce and wiggle. I need to get my bag wet. Hold on just a second. I need a wet bag, please. I got to get the bag wet or it won't zero out. This thing will not zero out. There's nothing I can do with it. Take your time. I got all day. You got all day? No. All right, now let's get us a good correct weight on that thing. 1163 is going to be added to your 1709 to yesterday.
Yeah, it was a lot tougher today for me. You know, I couldn't. All the bedfish I had were gone, and it seemed like there was a boat in every cove. You know, when I went south, so I went up north and scrounged up a limit, and that's what I got. And it was a great time.
I absolutely understand. Thank you very much for coming out and fishing with you, sir. It's always a pleasure to see you. Next up, amateur angler Mr. Will Martin. He had 1384 yesterday. We're going to weigh a big fish for him. There you go, sir. It's right in on top of that. Nice fish. That right there is definitely going to kick you into the money for that for right now. 418, 418. Go ahead and grab that. Take this out of there. 418 for your big fish. Just set them all inside of there. You got your 13 pounds. Didn't look like it again today.
You know, we had the bites, but execution broke one off and lost one at the boat. And we had to call an audible at the end of the day and scramble. But I still had a lot of fun. Daniel was a great boater for me, and you know, we were round fish at the end of the day. So just want to say hi to the Dietrich family and give Lou lots of kisses for me, and I appreciate it. Thanks a lot for coming out, guys.
Hey, buddy, thank you so much for coming out and fishing with us. I really appreciate it. Have a great day, sir. Next up, pro angler David Crunden. How are you doing, Dave? Yesterday you had 478. Much better today.
Yeah, a little bit. First pro shot, and I didn't do well.
But you know what? You got to get the experience. We're going to leave that in there until that thing locks. It does not want to quit back. These things just do not want to quit bouncing around. You got a Ranger boat with good live wells in it? Let's see if that thing will quit wiggling. 883 is what we're going to add to your total, sir. Thank you very much for coming out and fishing Wild West Bass Trail. Have a great rest of your weekend, sir. Skeeter, you got a Skeeter bass boat, so that's why his live wells are going as well. All right. Next up, pro angler Mr. Jason Cordiale. How you doing, Jay?
Doing good. Had a good day out there today. Hopefully I can make the cut, but I won't be sight fishing tomorrow if I do.
Yeah, tough time. You have 1470. You have 3432 right now. That's going to put you in second place. We have a little ways to go, but keep your fingers crossed.
I will, for sure. I hope I make it.
All right, Jason. Thank you very much, sir. Next up, amateur angler Mr. Jason Folks. Jason's been on a tear here of late. He had 959 yesterday. Doesn't look like you quite have that today.
No, I got one of those Shasta Lake in January limits. Come up one short. Got 4 fish in the bag today. Fish behind Jason Cordiale. And what a great guy. I mean, he gave me the opportunity to catch some bedfish, ones that wouldn't help him out, but helped me out. So we'll just have to see where things end up. Got to say hi to the wife at home and family, friends next door. They're probably at home watching us on TV right now. So
cool, bud. Thank you so much for coming out and fishing with us, Jay. It's always a pleasure to see you, sir. We shall see you at the next one, I'm sure. Thank you, sir. California Delta. Next up, professional angler Mr. Jesse Slayton. How you doing, Jess? Good. Right inside the basket, sir. Yesterday you had 267. That's a little better than that today.
A little better today. Lost one at the boat, but that's the way it goes. It's fun fishing. Thank you for coming out here, and I want to say hi to my daughter Corey, my granddaughter Harper, Preston. Love you guys, and we'll see you in a couple days.
All right, bud. Thank you so much for coming out, Jess. We're going to add 881 to your total, sir. Have a great rest of your weekend. Next up, amateur angler Mr. Cher Vang. How you doing, Cher?
Good, how are you?
Good, buddy. You want to say hi to him again real quick?
Yeah, I want to say hi to my wife, my kids, all my friends and family at home.
Hello, Orville. He had 2-something yesterday. He had 708. Definitely better day today. It's going to give you 967 for the weekend. Thanks for coming all the way down here, Cher. I know that was a trip. Thank you, buddy. It's always a pleasure to see you. Next up, pro angler Mr. Jason Akins. How you doing, Jason?
Good.
Just good?
Yeah.
Yesterday you had 1349. You're pretty close today.
Yeah, left a lot of bedfish. My co was in it, so you know, passed a lot of fish along to him. So he's got a sack.
You know what? I talked to him already this morning, and he was excited just waiting for you because of what you had told him. So you know what? That's a pretty stand-up thing you did, dude, and that's awesome. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate you coming out and fishing with Wild West Bass Trail. Jason's co-angler had a shot at making the top 10. Jason knew he didn't based on yesterday, so you know what? He ended up deciding he was going to take and help his co-angler out and give him a shot at catching some 9 fish and try to get into that top 10. Right on, buddy. Throw that right inside the back there. Right on. Mr. Derek Benefield, co-angler, throw that in there. That's a beautiful fish. A 384 smallmouth. Go ahead and grab that. Whoop. Put that back in your bag. Well, you know what? It sounds like he saved quite a bit of fish for you and gave you good opportunities today. That is a very nice bag of fish. You had 861 yesterday. That is definitely going to move you up. Fold that bag over inside of there. Come on over here. Don't stand over here out of the way.
Yeah, man, I had a great time today. I couldn't have asked for a better draw. The guy's a great dude. Had a lot of fun. This is only my first time down here, so I finally got a taste of Havasu.
Well, at 1667, that's going to give you one heck of a total right now. It's going to move you up to third place with 25-28. Pretty awesome for the weekend, buddy.
Man, I'm stoked.
Good luck. Hope you make it into tomorrow, Derek. All right, bud. Next up, pro angler Jesse Torre. How you doing, Jess?
Good, really good.
You're going to put that up there. They can't see it behind the camera when you do that.
You got to put it in the center.
Look at that. Don't worry, it's okay. It ain't going to go nowhere.
I just got to say, my co-angler, Manny, 16-year-old, Manny Jr. over there, class act kid, really respectable. He's going to be a good stick in the days. Sorry I couldn't, with bed fishing, so I couldn't leave him a lot of water, but.
That's all part of it, and I've known Manny for quite a while now. He's been fishing with us here, and he's been watching us for a couple years. He runs with a junior bass club back in Northern California, the Yuba Sutter guys. So you're going to add 15.49 to your weight. You have 28.88 for the weekend. Probably not going to get you into the top 10, but thank you very much for coming out and fishing with us, Jess. Next up, co-angler Mr. Manuel Navarez. How you doing, Manny? Tough day today, I see, but you know what? You got more than one than you had yesterday.
Oh yeah, it was definitely a little bit better today, but lost a few good ones, and then, you know, great boater. Great boater. It's just hard to fish from the back of the boat.
Yes, it definitely is when it's during the spawn. We're going to add 401 to your total. Not going to get you into the top 10, but you know what? It was a good experience coming down to a brand new lake.
Yeah, it's fun. Good lake. Good lake.
Right on. Thanks, Manny. Thanks for coming out and fishing with us. Good luck at the next one. Next up, professional angler Mr. Gary Souza out of Northern California. Had 11.50 yesterday. Doesn't look like you have it again today, Gary.
No, I didn't. But I had fun, you know. I haven't been here in like 12 years, so.
I remember because I was here with you last time when we came here.
You caught 1 or 2 fish. That was a good day, you know. And
We had, well, when you have 100 pros that blank on the first day and 70 co-anglers that blank for 2 whole days, it's pretty tough.
it was a lot better fishing this time.
A lot better fishing. You're going to add 1071 to it, Gary. Have a safe trip getting home. It's a pleasure seeing you, sir. Next up, pro angler Mr. Daniel Elias. How you doing, Dan?
Good, man. How you doing?
Yesterday had 1876. Don't know if you had that today, do you?
No, I'm probably about 1.5 pounds short of that, I think. But, you know, caught a lot of fish. It was a good day. I just hope that's going to be enough to get in tomorrow. I was thinking like 36 pounds or so to make it for 2 days, and I'm probably going to be just below that, I think. So
You're about, looks like about 2/10 off of that out of your 36 pounds. Right now, that's going to put you at 35.88 in second place, but still a ways to go.
yeah. All right, well, we're going to see what happens here.
All right, buddy. Good luck to you. 1712 at it today, so good luck making it into the top 10. Next up, professional angler Mr. Ed Webb. He's had one heck of a weekend. We're going to weigh a big fish for Ed today. Beautiful fish, young man. Go ahead and set it right inside of there. Yesterday you had 866. Today you're going to add a 537 to that. Probably not going to get into the big fish money. I think it's going to take a 580 for that, but that's a beautiful. Nope, pull that up. Hold that open. There's an 8 in line behind you. Then that's probably definitely not going to hold up there. There we go. Right inside of there. Tough day yesterday, I know. You know what? But today you're definitely going to better that one. Looks like we're going to have, as soon as it locks and they quit moving, 1484 added to that.
Great. No, thank you. Yeah, it was a blast. I had a great time. My backseater was in 13th place, so we made sure we got him 5 fish. So hopefully that holds up for him, for Brian, and he makes the cut tomorrow. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, dude, you are definitely a cut above. We know why. We've been chatting all week. So thank you very much for what you did for Wild West this weekend and what you did for the sport of bass fishing. So, all right, buddy, take care. Next up, co-angler Mr. Brian Center. He had 981 yesterday. He's about 16 pounds back of the leader, but he probably needs about 10 pounds just to get up there. 989 we're going to add to that. It's going to be really close to that top 10 right now.
Well, you know, I'm just going to cross my fingers and my toes and pray. I just want to say hi to all the friends back home, to my daughters, Mariah, Brianna, Alexa, to my awesome girlfriend, Jessica. Great weekend, great show. Ed Webb had some great, Gary Souza. Couldn't ask for better, man.
Right on. 2 stand-up gentlemen. Thank you for coming out and fishing with Wild West, sir. Good luck to you the rest of this weekend. Next up, professional angler Mr. Jason Borofka. How you doing, Jay?
Doing pretty good. I had a lot of fun this week. You know, I came out with like around 15 something bags, and you know, it's not going to get a check, Jay, but you know, I had a lot of fun catching these fish. Caught all my fish on beds, all different variety of Yamamoto products, and I had some great co-anglers. Had a lot of fun, and I'm actually going to go back out and go fishing.
Yeah, we already talked about that this morning, so I wish you the best of luck. We're going to add $15.95 to give you just over 30 pounds, I believe, for the weekend. Not enough for tomorrow.
Not enough for tomorrow, but, you know, I'm just thinking of the Delta. We got the Delta coming up, everybody. Hope you guys head down there. It's going to be awesome. If you think these weights are big, you can wait to see those ones.
It's going to be a good time. Thanks, Jay. Always a pleasure to see you, sir. Next up, co-angler Jason Shy had 10:08 yesterday. Pretty good little bag there today. Not bad. Let's fold that thing down so they don't jump out on us, and then people can see you back there.
All right. Hey, I had a great weekend. I got a great pro today. Taught me a lot. Amazing guy. He's got a kid on.
Jason Borofka is, yes, he does. Him and Tara have a baby coming, so he's very talkative. And you bettered your weight, 11:55 today with 21:63 for the weekend right now. It's put you in 4th place right now.
All right. That's great.
Good luck going into tomorrow, Jay. Thank you, sir. Yep, we got to take your fish. There we go. Next up, professional angler Johnny Basmajian. Whoop, we're going to weigh a big fish. That's a nice fish, Johnny. All right, sir. Put it right inside of there. Beautiful fish. Right now, you need a 581 to get in there. That's definitely going to get it. 705 is going to be our second big fish right now on the pro side for the weekend. Put that in there. Right on, buddy. Excellent, excellent fish. You had 14.99 yesterday. You're 22.95 behind the leader. I don't think that's going to get there, but you know what? 16.66 added to that.
Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad. That was better than yesterday. So 31.65 is going to be your total right now. It's going to put you probably right close to the top 10, but probably not for tomorrow though.
All right. Well, I had fun.
All right. As long as you had fun, that's what matters. It's a pleasure, young man. Thank you. Hopefully get you some big fish money. Next up, amateur angler Anthony Sanchez. Go ahead, Anthony. Set it right inside of there, sir. Let's lay that bag down so people can see you behind there.
Yeah, it was a lot better day. But you know what? When you're on vacation, you have to enjoy every day.
Absolutely. Got to enjoy every day anyways. 513 today. You had 660. Was that for 2 days or is that? Yeah, that was for your 2 days. All right. I wasn't sure if that was yesterday's weight and I was going to add it together. Well, you know what? Thank you for fishing with Wild West, sir. Thank you, Anthony. Next up, pro angler Logan Wakefield. How you doing, Logan? Yesterday you had 490. Definitely better bag today.
Yeah, I was able to get up a river and get a nice little spinnerbait bag going, so got a limit on that. And just
You want to say hi to anybody out there?
Hi to my mom and dad, my girlfriend Corey. They're watching back home, so.
Right on, bud. We're going to add 1141 for your total, so thank you very much for coming out and fishing with Wild West Bass Trail. It was a pleasure, sir. Next up, we have pro angler Gunnar Stanton. How you doing today, Gunnar? You didn't have to fish by yourself today, did you?
Nope.
Yesterday you ended up doing that, but today you had a little bit of help. Didn't have to talk to yourself all day.
Yeah, it was nice having some company out there, but dumped them. Feel sick to my stomach, but it's a learning experience. We'll see how it goes next time.
That is part of fishing. We definitely know that. We're going to add 869 to your bag. Thank you very much for coming out and fishing with us, Gunnar. All right, buddy. Right now, a lot of these guys are bed fishing, and when they're doing that, you barely get them hooked. Sometimes they're just holding on to the bait when they're coming back, so they let go of it. That's part of it. We're going to weigh a big fish for amateur angler Michael Schuster. How you doing, Mike?
Good, yourself?
Right there, sir. That is probably not going to. Ooh, it's going to be close. 316. Not going to make it. It's going to take a 379 right now, I believe it is, to get into big fish. So we will add that to your weight. Put that basket back there in the middle. Anybody want to say hi to?
I want to thank my wife for traveling all the way down from Northern California, from Susanville, and hi to my family at home.
Susanville, that's even farther than I'm at. I'm in Orville, so I know that was a heck of a trip. We're going to add 979 to your trip. Thank you very much for coming down and fishing with Wild West, sir.
Thank you, guys.
Next up, professional angler Mr. Jamie Clifton had 1267 yesterday. You didn't need help lifting that up there, Jamie? That's too bad. I wish I could have helped you with that.
Now, you know, we had a blast this weekend. Last year was such a rough time for me out here, first time being out here. So to get 5 each day, and we went all the way up the river, like probably 40 miles. So we went a long ways. But, you know, we had a great time, so it was good.
Well, Jamie, thank you very much for fishing. 1020 we're going to add to your total, sir. Thank you for fishing with Wild West this weekend. Always a pleasure to see you, sir. Next up, co-angler Mr. Craig Main came all the way from Northern California as well. How you doing, Craig? Yesterday you had 964.
Going to do not quite as well today, but like you said, we drove probably pretty close to Nevada, but it's a beautiful country.
Well, you got to see a lot. I go halfway back home just trying to go catch some fish. 694 added to your total. Thank you for coming out and fishing with us this weekend, Craig. Good to see you. Next up, professional angler, Mr. Jim Novotny. How you doing today, Jim?
Good. Beautiful day out there today. I really enjoyed the weekend. What a fun experience. I want to do a shout out to my wife, Charisse. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for letting me travel so much and have such a great time in this beautiful weather while you're having to deal with the cold up north.
Yeah, it's what, 52 degrees, I believe, out there yesterday when we were here in our Lake Orville, you know, up where we're at. It came up 12 feet in 2 days.
No, well, that's good to hear. Hopefully they'll keep the water in it this time.
All right, man. Jim, thank you for coming out and fishing with us. We're going to add 1126 to your total, sir. Thank you. Next up, amateur angler Kyle Greenlaw. How you doing, Kyle? Yesterday had 934. Don't look like you quite have that today.
No, a little bit rougher day today. It was hard to even get 5 bites. Tried working on that last one, couldn't get it. Had a great time out here with Jim. Learned a lot from him. I want to say thanks to Wild West Bass Trail and Tackle Warehouse. It's been a good week out at Havasu.
Right on, bud. We're going to add 912 to your total. Thank you for coming out and fishing with Wild West this weekend, buddy. Sure we're going to see you at the Delta, hopefully, huh? All right, bud. We're going to weigh a big fish for pro angler Greg Miser. Nice fish, Greg. There it's buddy, right on top of there. Right now, it looks like you need a 612. That's a 584. There you go. Put that in there, and then get this out of here. Right now, it's going to take a 6-pound fish to get in big fish money on the pro side because of what we've got, how many big fish have been coming across these stage. You had 1907 yesterday, just shy 1758 today. Think that's going to make the cut?
I don't know. It's going to be close. I left a few out there that I don't know. It just didn't work out today. Nothing went smooth. I fished clean, you know, both days. Didn't lose any, but I just never really got into a good flow today.
Well, thank you for coming fishing with Wild West Bass Trail. Where are you at right now? It looks like you're in second place with 36.65, right? Thank you, buddy. All right, man. Good luck making it tomorrow, man. Thank you. All right, bud. Next up, pro angler Clayton Belden. Clayton had 12:02 yesterday. That's a good bag today, bud. Come on over.
They grew up a little bit, but not enough.
Not quite enough. 13.96 to add to your total. It makes it 25.98. Thanks for fishing with Wild West this weekend, sir. All right, bud. Whoop, careful. Watch your step there, sir. Yeah, I understand. Sometimes these little things get caught. Professional angler Mr. Dick Watson. How you doing today, Dick? Tough day out there?
Yeah, I didn't do the bed fishing thing this week. I thought I had something else going, and it just really didn't pan out. So
was it the weather when it changed? Did that have something to do with it? Because the sun came out and the wind picked up.
Yeah, I believe the cloud cover this morning just kind of turned it down. I had 15 yesterday, and it just didn't work for me. So
well, thanks for coming and fishing Wild West. If you're not bed fishing, usually when the wind picks up a little bit, it actually helps you out a little bit. Yeah. Unfortunately, didn't do that for you this weekend. Thank you, Dick. Next up, amateur angler Mr. Richard Witt. Richard had 136 yesterday. Did you beat that today, you think? I don't know. Maybe. You hoping? Maybe. Right on, bud. Well, what about your pros this weekend? Okay time, though?
Yeah, we had fun, a lot of good conversations, and we got along well. So, I mean, it's hard to clean up in the back of the boat with these guys, but I had fun. It beats being at work, and I just like to say hi to my family back home, Maggie and my son Colton. Be home soon. I had fun.
Right on. Well, 250 is going to add to your total, so you did beat yesterday. So at least that was an improvement there. Thank you for fishing with Wild West, sir. Have a safe trip home, okay? Thank you. We are going to weigh another big fish right now. Mr. Mark Williams, professional angler. Very well-known angler on this body of water. Come on over here, Mark. 545 isn't going to get you any big fish money. Go ahead and grab that and set it back inside of your bag. Right now, it's going to take a 6.5-pounder to get on the big fish money. That tells you there's a bunch of big fish coming across these scales. That's a great bag, though. You had 1891 yesterday. This is definitely going to bump that up there.
Yeah, today was a good day. We didn't get many bites, but when we did, they were big.
Right on. We're going to add 2151 to your weight. That's going to give you 40.42, about a 3-pound lead over second place right now.
Really? Oh.
Well, there you go. There you are, sir. Good luck making it to tomorrow. Next up, amateur angler Mr. Adam East. Well, we're going to weigh a big fish for Adam too. It's big fish galore here right now. Right now, you have to have a 370, and I know that's probably going to get it. How about 508? 508. Go ahead and reach in there and grab that. That's probably going to get you a little bit of big fish money unless they start pouring across these scales. Nice bag of fish yesterday. You had 275 yesterday. Yep. Big improvement today.
Yeah, it was a good time. Mark's a good guy to fish with, you know, good company. To his credit, he did try to get me on a couple spawners, but just didn't pan out. But you know what? Good show.
Right on, buddy. Well, 1283 got added to your weight. Great weekend for you, sir. Thank you very much for coming out and fishing with Wild West. Next up, professional angler, no slouch on this body of water, Mr. Sean Bailey. How you doing, Sean? He had 2092 yesterday. You're currently 1950 behind the leader. Think you got it? That's really close. 1918.
We'll take it. It was tough fishing for me. All these fish that I caught were ones that I saved from yesterday, so I really don't have anything left, so I'll just go fishing tomorrow if I make it.
Right on. Well, right now it's looking pretty good. You're currently in second place right now, just behind the leader. Good luck making it tomorrow, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Sean. All right, we're going to weigh another big fish, Mr. Darren Guglielmo. How you doing, Darren?
I'm doing well. How are you doing today?
Good, buddy. Right now you're going to have a 411. 411 right now. We're going to add that to your weight. Bag. There you go. Thanks, sir. Absolutely. Push that bag down and keep that in the center of the scale. Yesterday, you didn't have anything, but today is much better.
Yeah, much better day. I had Sean Bailey, amazing stick, gave me some water to work with, and I went to work, got a few fish.
Well, you know what? I'm definitely glad that we had the talk yesterday afternoon. I'm glad you chose. Right on, buddy. Excellent choice. 839 added to you today. Thank you for coming to fishing with us, buddy. Good to see you, Darren. Next up, professional angler, Mr. Justin Kerr had 2242 yesterday. You're 18 pounds behind the leader. Looks like you're going to take over the lead right now with if it quits bouncing on me. Here we go. Let's see if that'll go. 1825.
Thanks. It was a decent day. Like I said, lost a bunch of fish today, but it was still good fishing.
Right on, bud. Well, good luck making it in tomorrow. Right now, that's going to put you in the lead. I do believe when it takes and updates itself, 40-67. He's got about a 2/10 lead over Mark Williams at 440-42. Mr. Patrick Whitaker, professional angler. We're going to weigh another big fish. Go ahead and set it right inside of there, sir. Man, these fish are just getting bigger on the pro side. Go ahead and hit your hand out of there. 571. Thank you, sir. That's what you were afraid it was going to jump on us? I get it. I'll get that side. Nice bag of fish. I don't know if that's 1877 you had yesterday, but it's still a good bag. Set that there and make sure it's not touching nothing. Just shy 1568 today.
Yeah, it was tough for me. I kind of wasted a big fish, but want to thank Aspen Technologies. Please go to aspentechaz.com. We'll see what happens.
All right, Patrick. Thank you for coming out and fishing with Wild West, sir. It's a pleasure meeting you. Thank you. All right, thank you. So that is definitely a good thing. You don't have to worry about that. Thank you very much for coming out and fishing with Wild West, sir. All right, bud. Next up, professional angler Mike Caruso had 2297 yesterday, and you got a pretty darn good bag again there today. You're currently 1770 behind the leader. Let's see. That looks like you're going to do it.
I don't think so.
1953 added to that. I think you did.
Awesome. Tough day. You know, had some tough breaks early and went around, lost a couple fish late in the day. That cost me, but I'll take it. Hopefully I can go catch them tomorrow.
All right, bud. Thank you for coming out and fishing with Wild West. Good luck making it into tomorrow, sir. That's looking pretty darn good right now. Next up, pro angler Mr. J.R. Wright. He had 1331 yesterday. How'd you do today?
A lot better. This lake's incredible. I mean, you know, I don't get to fish this lake. It's first time up here, and it's an incredible lake. I want to give my wife a shout out who's home watching for letting me do this, my family, Pal Rods, and especially the crowd here in Wild West Bass for coming out here. We need to support them more. More anglers need to travel so we can get this circuit going.
It is definitely a traveling deal. Thank you, JR. I know how far you came down here all the way from Truckee, California, a long ways. Thank you, buddy, for coming and fishing with us. He always travels around with him. Great to see you, JR. Come on up, Mr. Grisham. Next up, amateur angler Mr. Michael Grisham had 1095 yesterday. Well, today doesn't look like it was quite that, was it?
Actually, it's a lot better than I thought it was. Big thanks to JR. He really worked because he was kind of out of it today to give me a shot at the top 10. And with this weight, hopefully it gets me there. I'm looking forward to maybe fishing tomorrow.
Right on, buddy. We're going to add 1072 to that. Let's see what you're on this microphone. We're going to add 903 to your total. It's going to give you about 2137, pretty close to the top 10. So good luck making the top 10 tomorrow, young man. Next up, professional angler, Mr. Mike Pua. How are you doing, Mike? Doing good. What was your weight yesterday? You had 1428 yesterday. Let's see what we're going to add a little more of that today, I think.
A little better. I had a chance at a good upgrade.
I was more interested in trying to get my my good buddy Aaron, who was leading on the co-angler side, his fish. So he got a limit, and I'm super happy about that.
That's pretty awesome. You know, these pros really do try to take care of the co-anglers as well, because we're all part of this sport. And if we want to fish these things, and we want people on the back of the boats, and we want them to move up as pros, we have to give them a good experience now.
Most definitely. Yeah.
Right on, Mike. We're going to add 1774. Thank you for fishing with Wild West this weekend, sir. Next up, our amateur angler, Mr. Aaron Herring, had 1779 yesterday. Awesome bag yesterday, and looks like you got an okay bag today, trying to get you into tomorrow. Pretty awesome. Mike hooked you up today, it sounds like. Go ahead and put your fish in there. Looks like it was a little tougher fishing out there for you today. Let's get those right in the middle of the scale.
Yeah, it was a little tougher, but Mike went out of his way. Real class act guy. He made sure that I got my opportunities to have a limit, so it took the pressure off early. It was a great day on the water.
Right on, bud. We're going to add 765 to that. It's going to give you 2544, put you in third place right now.
That's great. Thank you very much. Like to say hello to my wife and kids, Everett, Natalie, and Goldie. Hi, guys. We'll see you Sunday night, hopefully.
Hopefully Sunday night late after the end of tomorrow.
That's right.
All right, buddy. Thanks for coming to Fishing with Wild West. Next up, professional angler, Mr. Mike Nicolini. That's a nice bag of fish, Mike. You had 1976 yesterday in the top 10. Let's see. That's going to definitely put you up there. Pretty close to yesterday, 1921. That's going to give you about 38.90, I believe, or somewhere right in there.
Yeah, I hope so. I'll be fishing tomorrow.
You hope you're going to be fishing tomorrow? All right. That's going to put you up right now in 5th place, I believe. That's it, 38.97. Good luck fishing in tomorrow, sir. Always a pleasure to see you, Mike. Yes, sir. Next up, amateur angler Mr. Tyler Bailey had 1071 yesterday. Not quite that today?
No, but it was a great day. Learned a lot about the lake. Had a lot of fun. So
right on. You got 630 we're adding to your weight. It's going to give you 1701. Probably not enough to make it into tomorrow, but thanks for fishing with Wild West, sir. All right, buddy. All right, Tyler. Next up, professional angler Mr. Derek Stewart. How you doing, Derek?
Doing good, thanks.
Like you had 984 yesterday, just shy of that today with 720.
Hey, it was a tough pre-fish, so I was happy to get 2 limits, better than I expected.
Right on. Well, thank you for coming out and fishing with Wild West Bass Trail, sir. It was a pleasure to meet you. Likewise. Thank you. Have a great rest of your weekend. Okay. Next up, professional angler Mr. Chris Kinley. Chris had 1867 yesterday. Doesn't look like you quite have that today.
No, not quite.
But those things aren't going to jump out of there. I like the way you put that back. That makes it perfect.
Done it a couple of times.
A day or two, huh? We're going to add 1690, pretty close to that. It's going to give you a total of 3557. I don't know about tomorrow.
Oh, boy, it's going to be close, man.
It's going to be very close. Well, good luck making it in tomorrow, Chris. Thank you for coming out and fishing with Wild West if you don't, sir. All right. Next up, amateur angler, Mr. Jake Freever. Jake had 706 yesterday. Let's pull that thing up so they cannot jump out of there. How you doing, Jake?
Pretty good. It was a tough day, but had fun with my boater. And
right on, bud. We're going to add 673 to your total. It's going to give you 1379 for the weekend. Thank you for fishing with Wild West Bass Trail, young man. Hopefully we see you out here again on another one. Next up, professional angler, Mr. Nick Salvucci. What's up, Nick? How you doing, sir?
I got 5.
You got 5, and must have struggled just to get those?
Yes, it was tough. It's barely got them.
All right, bud. Well, we're going to add 1056 to that. Probably not going to get you into the top, but it's always a pleasure to see you, sir. Have a safe trip home. It is extremely difficult to get on these fish when this wind picks up and these guys are bed fishing. They can't see them. So then they have to revert back to hoping they know exactly where that fish was at, and they can sit back and try to fish for it with a little bit of wind. Next up, we have professional angler Mr. Matt Luna. Come on up, Matt. Doesn't look like you had what you had yesterday, sir. A little tough day.
yeah, this was pretty tough for me and my co today. I really wish I could have had more weight, and I learned some things. I'm paying my dues out here, and I got a lot to learn. So.
Well, it's always hard when you travel and you come to these new lakes like this, but you know what? It's a great experience.
For sure, and I just got to thank all my sponsors, Last Chance Performance Marine, Skeeter Boats, Nines Optics, X-Zone Lures, The Rod Glove, and Raw Fish.
Hey, bud. Matt, thank you for coming out and fishing with us. We're going to add 493 to your weight. Have a great rest of your weekend, sir. Thank you. Next up, professional angler Mr. Dusty Kaler had 1728 yesterday. Not a bad bag today. I don't know if that's going to get you into the top 10 because these guys are bringing in some big weights, but that's not too bad. Just shy of there. It's going to be 1399.
Yeah, today was a struggle for me. I knew going in that today would probably be a struggle. I was robbing houses, and
I just ran out of houses to rob. I don't know this lake. First time here, I ran around and I landed 5 fish all day, and I think I caught my last fish with 8 minutes to go. So that's all I could do.
All right, buddy. Well, you have a safe trip home. We're going to add that to your total. I'm not sure where it puts you in the standings, but thank you very much for coming out and fishing with us, Dustin.
Thanks,
Always a pleasure to see you, young man. Next up, professional angler, Mr. Steve Klein. We're going to weigh a big fish for Steve. Go ahead. You're going to see how much this one weighs. It's probably not going to get into that big fish money. No, but it is a nice fish. You'll be all right. Quit flipping on us. Lock. Come on, lock. Just enough where it doesn't want to lock. 433 is going to be that fish. Go ahead and grab her. Definitely alive. Yesterday you had 1703. Not quite that today, it doesn't look like, but close.
Close to it, yeah. It's fun fishing out there. It's a great lake to fish. Just out there, just hammering down, just trying to get what I can get.
Absolutely. Steve and his son travel together, but they both fish on the front, so they both have to bring their boats. 1358 is going to give you just over 30 pounds. Probably not enough for the top 10, but I hope you have a safe trip home, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, whoop. They made it inside there. Next up, amateur angler David Zavar. He had 696 yesterday.
Hey, how's it going? Great day. A lot of fun. Just wanted to thank my traveling partners, Jason Cordiali and Seth Myers. Makes it easier to get down here and a little less expensive for a room, that sort of thing.
Absolutely, I understand. Thank you, Mr. Zavar. We're going to add 729 to your weight. Thank you, sir, and have a great rest of your weekend. Next up, professional angler Mr. Pete Marino. How you doing, Pete? Jump out of here. Turn that where you guys can see it over there. 1472 added to your 1626 yesterday, just over 30 pounds.
Well, today was a lot tougher. I dumped one right the very first cast, and I didn't fish clean today, and it's just really humbling.
It does. I'll tell you what, this sport will do it to you. So thank you for coming out and fishing with Wild West, sir. It was a pleasure meeting you. Yes, sir. Come on up. Not a problem. Just an announcement, let everybody know the top 10 pros and the top 10 co's. You need to stay right up here by the trailer. Watch it on the leaderboard. You can kind of keep a track on it, and then you can watch it over here on the leaderboard. We need you to stay right here so that we can get you in line after we get done here. Come on up, gentlemen. Pro angler, Mr. Kenny Webb. Go ahead, set her inside there, Kenny. Oh, let's fold that bag over so they don't jump out of there. Those things end up flopping around off the side of those things. He had 1725 yesterday, 1607, pretty close to that today, but probably not quite enough for the top 10.
Yeah, I had 2 4-pounders pull off that are going to haunt me, so did all I could, though. My co-angler got them, so I'm happy.
Right on, man. Well, thank you very much for coming out and fishing with Wild West. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend, sir. Thank you. Co-angler Jesse Parks, sounds like he got some today. He had 1181 yesterday, 14 pounds behind the leader, but you're only about 10 pounds or so out of making the top 10 easily.
Well, I mean, I lost a couple today, but I thought I had 9 pounds. There's no way I thought I had 11, so.
Well, you have 1121, and I know these scales are reading right because I've been watching this thing, every single person that weighs their fish. So right now that's going to put you up there, I believe, right around, as soon as that thing gets refreshed, you're in 5th place right now going into it.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean.
All right, buddy. Well, good luck if you get a chance to fish tomorrow, all right? Next up, Mr. Tom Leadham. How you doing, Tom? Pro angler out of Southern California. Had 17 pounds yesterday. Looks like you got close. Not quite. 1320.
No, I dug a hole yesterday, and I didn't do enough to climb out of that. So it was a good day of fishing. Things got tough, but we'll get them next time.
Well, I saw you up at Shasta, and I know this is a way big trip, and this is nicer to be a little closer to home.
Yeah, oh yeah, exactly.
All right, man. Thank you for coming and fishing with Wild West, Tom. Next up, amateur angler, Mr. Chad Rorda. I messed your name up yesterday, and I got heck for it on Facebook Live, so I was make sure I was going to get it right today. Go ahead and set that in there. Yesterday you had 635, not quite that today. Come on over.
No, I lost a couple fish yesterday, and I lost 2 fish today, but I still had a fun day out here at Havasu, a fun weekend, so thank you guys.
Absolutely. I had to make sure you get a little bit of time to thank all those people that gave me a hard time yesterday. So we're going to add 330 to your weight. Thank you for coming out and fishing with us, young man. All right. Next up, professional angler out of Oregon, Mr. Nick Young. He made a heck of a trip to get down here. Brought family with him. I think she's running around out here throwing a stroller around.
Yeah, she's right here. I'd like to thank her first. She's an amazing woman, and her dad's here, and her mom's here, too, to show us support. So we're glad that they made it down. And I'd like to thank my sponsors, Strike King Lure Company, Dobbins Rods, Doing Dirt Garden Supply, and the Gateway Lodge in Brownlee, Idaho.
All right, buddy. Thank you for coming and fishing with Wild West. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend with the family, sir. Thanks, Nick. We are going to weigh a big fish. James Poff. I know. You know what? I make sure that I watch. I watch myself to make sure when I mess up people's names. We're going to add 358 for your big fish, sir. That is going to be your big fish for Mr. Poff. This morning, first day I got his name right. The second day I got his name wrong. But that's all right. You know what? I will learn. Yeah, I can. But unfortunately, when I see you one time in my career, I got to try and get it right. I only have 2 dances to do that unless you make the final 3 or final day. 928 is going to be added to your total.
Thank you very much. I'd like to say hi to my wife, Kelly. Thank you.
Thanks, James. Thank you for coming and fishing with Wild West, sir. Next up, Mr. Roy Hawk had 1928 yesterday. Not quite that today, it doesn't look like.
No, it was rough, man. I just spent too much time staring at big ones, trying to get them to bite, and it didn't work out for me today. But, you know, thankful to be here, and thanks for Wild West Bass coming to my house. And it was nice sleeping in my own bed and fishing a big tournament. So say hi to my beautiful bride. You guys all go check it out over here at the Anderson Toyota tent. We got pulled pork sandwiches, get you a cold beverage, and help out my daughter's cheer team. Thanks, everybody.
All right, Roy. It's always a pleasure to see you, sir. Have a great rest of your day, sir. Next up, amateur angler Mr. Gustavo Vasquez. How you doing, Gustavo?
I'm doing well. It was a tough day, but you know, I caught 3 better than yesterday, so I'm proud of that.
Good deal. You had 658 added to your total today, just right at 12 pounds. Thank you for fishing with Wild West Bass Trail, sir. Absolutely.
So I want to say hi to my daughters, Esme and Yare, and my good friend, Leslie Tejeda.
Right on, buddy. Thank you for coming and fishing with Wild West, Gustavo. Next up, pro angler Mr. Scott Douglas had 1348 yesterday, and he's checking to make sure his flip-flops don't fall off as he's walking up here. Did you miss a big one, or did you just not have them this weekend?
I broke off one over 5, and then another one over 4 got off at the boat. So
that is part of it. We do understand. We're going to add the 479 to your weight. Thank you for your weekend this weekend, sir, and have a safe trip home.
hey, I would like to say thanks to Sun Country Marine. I had some trailer issues before the tournament, and they helped me out right on the spot, dropped everything they were doing, and just helped me right on the spot. And
that is awesome. You know what? They also helped. We had a guy today that his throttle busted here, and they fixed it immediately. So thank you guys very much for coming out and supporting Wild West. All the local businesses have been amazing to us. Next up, pro angler Mr. Tom Noakes had 1791 yesterday. Nice looking bag there, sir.
Yeah, not too bad. I got to fish alone, and not that it was bad yesterday, but it's always fun to bed fish without worrying who's behind you.
Yeah, even if it is this windy, we're going to add 1732 to that, give you 3523. I don't know about the top 10, but definitely right up there.
Yeah, that's about my best showing at Wild West, and I appreciate you guys coming out. Need to say thanks to my wife, because she's the one that supports me in all this, and the companies that keep me going. And
absolutely, sir. I know how important family is supporting this, because mine's right behind this screen right here. So absolutely, we couldn't do it without our families giving us the godsend to be able to do this. Thank you. Next up, our leader from yesterday, Mr. Sonny Hawk. See, I thought you were grabbing a big bag. When you reached in there, I thought you were grabbing another big fish out of there. He had 2509 yesterday. We're going to find out what we're adding right now. You are 1741 behind the leader. You got 1720. That's going to put you right up there in second or third.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible, actually. I come down to Havasu all the time, and I never really do that good. So I'm really pumped. I mean, yesterday was an epic day, really. Pretty flawless. It was incredible. And today was a grind, just a straight-up grind. But, yeah, I mean, it's a true blessing to be standing here and have the weight that I had today. I didn't think I had that much, and I was pretty worried. But I want to thank Garth. He was my co-angler today. He was telling me stuff all day to keep my head up, and and it was really helpful. I appreciate it.
You know what? We help each other out, even if it's not our turn to catch those fish. I get it. Right now, you're in second place with 42.29, just 2/10 behind the leader, and not a whole long ways to go here behind us. So good luck making it in tomorrow, young man. Thank you for coming out and fishing with Wild West Bass Trail. Next up, professional angler Mr. Terrence Rath had 19.10 yesterday. How you doing, Terrence? Let's hold that back so they can see you behind the camera.
We're going to try and hide behind it. You know, yesterday, just like Sonny said, it was kind of, you know, epic day, flawless day. Everything went right. Couldn't do anything wrong. Today started out that way. Was fishing for a smallmouth on a bed. I looked under my trolling motor, and that's where my big largemouth was sitting on a bed, and I just dropped down and caught it.
Awesome. Well, you got 14-13 added to your total. Probably not enough to make it to the top 10.
Yeah, lost a couple big ones today. Knew it would cost me.
Well, thank you, Terrence, for coming out and fishing with Wild West Bass Trail. We appreciate the support, and hopefully we get on you on another one of these.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Next up, pro angler Mr. Ty Au. How you doing? He's holding on to that fish. It's a lively one. You ready? Let's put it in there and see if we can get it to 0. 473, 473. That is a nice bag of fish. You had 1941 yesterday. You're 23 pounds behind the leader, but you're probably only about 20 pounds out of the top 10 or right close to it. 1739 is going to be your total now. I can't see 10th place, but that's going to be really close.
You know what? You know, it is what it is. You know, we made one mistake all week, so I'll take it. It was tough fishing for me. I mean, I had one fish at 9 o'clock, made an adjustment, and, you know, just started catching them. I mean, one here, one there, and, you know, slowly chipped away all the way up to 17 pounds.
Well, good luck making it in tomorrow, sir. It's always a pleasure to see you, Ty.
Thank you.
Next up, amateur angler Mr. Dominic Mohammed. How are you, Mohammed? Yeah, I am just.
I'm doing good.
It's been one of those days.
I'm doing good. A little bit sick. It was rough. Yeah, it was rough all day on the back of the boat with Ty. Always cool to fish with him. Travel partner. Want to say hi to the wife and my son Ryder that's watching.
All right, buddy. I understand. See, you know what? I'm not the only ones that mess this up. I get it. I absolutely understand. You had you got 6:05 added to it. Probably not going to make it to tomorrow, but thank you for coming fishing with Wild West, Dominic. I hope you get feeling better, bud. I don't want to get sick right there. Man, right? Mr. Lane, Tony Lane, professional angler out of Southern California, had 11.95 yesterday. Let's hold this bag down so they don't jump out of there.
What they call that?
10-17.
What they call that? What do they call that one? They call that, I moved here and I got the local guy curse. I can't catch him now. I don't know what happened.
You moved down here and you can't get a hold of them. We're going to add that to your total. Probably not going to be enough for tomorrow, but thank you for coming and fishing with Tony. All right, man. Thank you. Next up, amateur angler Mr. Jake Stevens. Had 8:06 yesterday. How you doing, Jake?
Great, Jason. How about yourself?
You know what? It's actually starting to cool off just a little bit. It's been pretty warm, but this breeze is keeping this air moving.
Yeah, it was pretty nice today. You know, that was a good day. Went up the river. This place is a beautiful place. You know, I want to thank you guys, Wild West Bass. I got to thank my pro, Tony Lane. He showed me a lot, took me some cool places. I also want to thank my travel partners, Gary Souza, J.R. Wright, Alex, and Steve Klein. I mean, those guys are awesome people. And Ryan Friend. It's just cool meeting good guys and having a good time.
You know what? It's like a big family here. We're going to add 578. Not going to be enough for the weekend, but you know what? Thanks for coming out and fishing. It's about getting out here, meeting friends and new people, and getting a chance to fish on these bodies of water. So thanks for fishing. Yes, absolutely.
I just want to say hi to my daughters at home, Harper and Claire. Love you guys. Be home soon.
All right, buddy. Safe travels, Jake. Thank you, sir. Next up, professional angler Mr. Steve Linder had 13.49 yesterday. We're going to fold that over because I don't want them things jumping out, Steve. How you doing, sir?
We're doing okay. I just wish I could see as good as these younger guys can, and things would get a little bit better. But I had a real good time, and the weather was nice, and I mean, I'm just happy to be fishing.
I get that completely. I went to a place here in town, Red Onion, and they got these little dark holes that you sit in, and I'm having to hold that menu way away now so that I can see it.
It gets worse.
Oh, great. Well, you're going to add 12.09 to your total, sir, for the weekend, so thank you for coming out and fishing with us, Steve.
You're welcome.
Next up, amateur angler Mr. Seth Myers had 9.31 yesterday, and that's not a good sign when you're holding it like that. That's not a good one. Go ahead and set it inside there, young man. So we're going to add 11.02 to your total. Not going to be enough for tomorrow now.
It happens, you know. I'd like to thank both my pros, Ty Au and Steve Linder. I'd like to thank my traveling companions, Jason Cordiali and Dave Zavar, and I'd like to say hi to Heather and Quentin back home.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you very much for fishing with Wild West today, Seth. It's a pleasure, sir.
Thank you.
See you hopefully at the next one. Next up, professional angler Mr. Robin O had 10.53 yesterday. A little better today?
Oh, 5 keeper today. Yep.
13.15, just a little bit better than yesterday. Anybody you want to say thank you to out there?
Oh yeah, I want to thank my wife and my son.
Right on. Thank you, Robin, for coming out and fishing with Wild West, sir. Have a good rest of your weekend. Next up, amateur angler Mr. Jake DeLong. How you doing, Mr. Jake? A little bit better today?
A little better today.
All right. Well, we're going to add 8.12 to your total. You know what? It's always a pleasure to have you out here fishing with Wild West. Thank you for coming out and supporting us, sir. It has been a grind for some of these guys out here this weekend. Do not forget top 10 pros and top 10 co-anglers. Please stay right here by the release boat so that we can get some information to you and from you. Next up, we got pro angler Todd Hoverson. Had 16.45 yesterday. You pulled that thing right up against your leg and got all soaking wet. We're going to add 15.76 to that. Probably not enough for tomorrow.
No, I had a rough tournament. I didn't fish well. I did fish with a couple of great partners, though, and I'll tell you what, this kid coming up, my co-angler, he's going to be a stick. I promise you that.
Right on. You know what? It's awesome. We learn watching from you guys.
Yep.
You know what? All in how we're treated out there. You know what? We all want to be treated the same way, so that's awesome that you guys really support the co-anglers as well. Thank you very much for fishing with Wild West. Anybody you want to say hi to real quick?
Just hi to all my friends at home, the old lady and the kids.
All right. You're a brave man. Don't stand too close to me when you say that word. She's not watching. That's why you can say that. I get it now. Well, now we have Spencer Herrera, who we've told is going to be our newest up-and-comer. He had 8.57 yesterday, a little better today.
Yeah, I had a good day today. Could have done better, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
That's part of fishing on the back of the boat. You know what? That's a great compliment from a very good angler on the front of the boat. We're going to add 11 pounds even to your weight. It's going to probably give you, what, around 19-something. Probably not enough for tomorrow, but you know what? Thanks for coming to fishing with Wild West, young man. All right, thank you. Next up, professional angler, Mr. Philip Rosner. How you doing, Phil? There we are, sir. We get that right in the middle. Anybody you want to say hi to?
Yeah, my wife and my kids at home, and it was a fun tournament. I just needed another big bag today. Was 20 pounds to do any good, so we'll see.
Absolutely. We all know that one. 11.75 is going to give you 28 pounds. Definitely not top 10, I'm sure.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for coming out and fishing with us, Phil. Here you go. Take this with you. Let me get this thing back up here. Yes. All right, next up, Mr. Tracy Myers, amateur angler. Better than you had yesterday, definitely, Tracy.
Better, still not good, but spent 4 days on Lake Havasu. 5 would have been nice, but we'll get there.
5 would have definitely been nice. We're going to add 7.05 to your total. You know what? Thank you for coming out and fishing with Wild West, sir. Looks like our last fisherman to weigh in is professional angler Mr. Ryan Friend. He had 17-something, I believe, yesterday, right, Ryan? 17.39 yesterday. We're going to add 12.05. Probably not going to be enough to make the top 10.
No, not a chance. But, you know, I just didn't fish clean today. I lost a couple big ones and spent 3 hours on one about 10 pounds. And I just kind of felt like I was behind all day. I just mismanaged my time a little bit, I think. But, you know, it happens. And had everything worked out, would have been a really good day. But I had a great time here. I just want to thank everybody, thank my friends and family, everybody watching. And I want to thank you, Jason, for the best tournament director in the industry, as far as I'm concerned, and all of Wild West for you know, just providing us anglers with this opportunity. It's a classy deal. Thanks,
Ryan. You and your family as well. Thank you very much, young man. Have a safe trip home. It was a pleasure seeing you again, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last angler to weigh in. We're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, we will announce your top 10 co-anglers and your top 10 pros. Thank you.
Want to achieve the highest performance out of your outboard engine? Introducing the newest product from the makers at Lucas Oil, Marine Fuel Treatment and Injector Cleaner. Lucas Marine Fuel Treatment stabilizes fuel and eliminates corrosion. It cleans and lubricates the complete fuel system. perfect for marine outboard applications. Eliminates the need for higher octane fuels and will not void your warranty. Protect your investment with Lucas Marine Products.
Lucas Oil, it works.
Want to achieve the highest performance out of your outboard engine? Introducing the newest product from the makers at Lucas Oil, Marine Fuel Treatment and Injector Cleaner. Lucas Marine Fuel Treatment stabilizes fuel and eliminates corrosion. It cleans and lubricates the complete fuel system. Perfect for marine outboard applications. Eliminates the need for higher octane fuels and will not void your warranty. Protect your investment with Lucas Marine Products.
Lucas Oil, it works.
The future of boating is here. Now, get all the thrilling performance of an Evinrude E-Tech G2 in the new 150, 175, and 200 horsepower.
Bass fishing's fun, but half of these tournaments is like a boat race, trying to beat everybody down the lake. And with that Evinrude E-Tech G2, it's like driving a Corvette. That thing is passing everybody.
All the best-in-class torque of the Evinrude E-Tech G2 is now available from 150 to 300 horsepower.
This is a whole nother level. The G2 is awesome.
To learn more, visit evinrude.com.
You know, I've never really had an office job.
Ooh, morning, Skate.
Morning, Edwin. Go to teamgtfishing.com to see more.
Lucas Oil Synthetic Blend 2-Cycle Outboard Engine Oil will not only produce a level of confidence with each trip to the lake, but also provide trust backed by rigorous testing on the track as well as on the water. Lucas Synthetic Blend 2-Cycle Oil has an extensive additive package that will provide clean burning, smooth running, and maximum performance stability to any outboard on the market today. Lucas Synthetic Blend 2-Cycle Oil will not void your manufacturer's warranty. Protect your investment with Lucas Marine Products.
Lucas Oil, it works.
For over 30 years, Lucas Oil has provided the very best products for the land and sea. From this success stems another amazing product from the Lucas Marine lineup, Lucas Slick Mist Marine Speed Wax. Just spray it on and wipe it off. Lucas Marine Speed Wax will make your boat look brand new and provide great UV protection. Apply Lucas Marine Slick Mist to wet and dry surfaces in sunlight or shade. It's ideal in both fresh and saltwater application and prevents hard water deposits. Protect your investment with Lucas Marine Products.
Lucas Oil, it works.